Hi guys, David Texas here. What you're looking at is a beautiful Squire Stratocaster. Yes, it is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful color on this, that cherry red. And get this guys, it sat in its gig bag for 20 years and it was never played. And I can tell because there's not anything on this guitar whatsoever to show any kind of wear whatsoever. Right? Show you the back of this. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Wow, those colors just pop. Okay? Anyhow, the owner wants to get back to playing guitars again. Saw it had this one, so he thought, kept thinking, hey, I want to play someday. So let's go up and down this for you. Look at that perfect neck. The tuners are okay, right? They're not as great, but they work. They hold the tune. But he also said that he wanted to set up, you know, for one of my free setups. But he also said, go ahead and get inside of it, take a look around, and give him an idea of what it might take to really jazz this thing up. You know, really modify it up so it's playing like, you know, like a pro American-made Fender, right? What the cost would be. And I explained to him at first, you know, hey, it's going to be half price if you let me use it on videos, obviously, plus cost of parts, you know. But yeah, be happy to. So what we're going to do is go through and check this from top to bottom. Check the neck, check the action on this, get an idea where we're at. Okay, because this, I think, this is exactly how it was when it came from the shop. You follow that? Exactly as it originally sat, but tuned up. These strings feel really old as well. So let's take a break, and I'll have the guitar up on my little work stand, and we'll go from there. Hang in there. Let's get a good feel for this. Obviously the action is not bad, but it could be improved some. And the neck is a little got a little forward bow to it, a little too much. I have to go there and correct that and put some new strings on because these are that old. What else can you do with them? And he wants me to intonate it and check on the inside of it, okay? So first things first, I want to take these strings off of here and get that done, and get a chance to look inside, because we're going to take it apart, look inside, see what's going on inside here, if there's any, you know, problems or any issues. I don't think there is any. I've already played it, but it sounds a little weak. You could have a weak pickup amongst the three. But other than that, the neck needs to have a little bit of adjustment maybe too. It's not, I don't think it's completely in the pocket where it should be, but it looks okay. It's a little odd. Anyway, we'll cut away and set the camera back up and let you see what goes on inside once I get these strings off. Alright, let's get these strings off here and get that going. I kept meaning to buy me a new chuck for my other stringer, but it's like, darn, you know, these things are cheap enough just to buy a new one. So let's get that done real quick. And I keep getting these notes from people, these emails saying, show everything you do, show everything you do. It's like, okie dokie. Anyway, if you'll look, you see these trees here are just the old style. It's a flat metal, and I told him, you know, he could do this himself, buy a set of these for $6, and just put them right back in the same holes right here. Put them back in the same holes where he finds these. You know, the same size screws, everything. Make it easy enough to do. Simple little job he can do, and of course they go a lot further, get some, you know, rollers on here instead of these flats. They don't help a heck of a lot, I can tell you that. I noticed a little bit of difference when I took mine off, put rollers on, and not a lot, but some. I'm like, yeah, every little bit helps, you know. Oops. Sorry guys, gotta get my hands in there sometime, get these things off. But I'm showing you everything I'm doing, okay? I'm showing you. Can you see this? It's pretty boring. But I'm showing you everything I'm doing, like you asked. This up a little bit and show you. Get these out of the tail, the bridge, right? And after that, we're going to take it all apart and show you everything, front and back. Hang in there. You know it never fails that you're going to have some stubborn strings getting them out past that tail. And of course the first three came out except for the darn G, B, and E. They're stuck in there because they're thin. They won't press up against anything. So we're going to take the back panel off. Alright. Always something to give you a hard time. And show everything. I'm showing you everything, guys. Taking the back panel off. Taking the back panel off. Trying to keep my big hands out of the way. Okay, now for the big unveiling. Ta-da! Uh-oh. Well, everything can be fixed. And look at that. They did a good job grounding that, though. Look. See that? They grounded that very well, which is good. This is from Indonesia. It's not from China. So they didn't waste everybody's time by putting just a tiny, tiny little dollop on there. Because they knew this would be moving back and forth, right? And that this could get involved. So they put it on there with a strong drop of solder. Okay, that's a good job. Thank you, people from Indonesia. Alright, let's put these screws so we can't scratch anything, get them out of the way, so don't lose them. These round-headed screws are expensive. They're like, gosh, I don't know. You get 30 for like 10 bucks. Okay, come on, guitar. Give me a break here. Don't be difficult. Get out of that hole. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. They've got it taped. So busy trying to film this, they didn't see the tape they had on it. So, the string's back out of the way, out of harm's way. Scratching anything. Okay, great. That's great. Got tape off there. These strings out. Alright, now it's almost clean. There we go. Now it's cleaned up. So I guess they're putting that over there to hold in place while they're, you know, stringing it up. So let's do this. You can see that? It's coming out. Yay! And while these aren't the most expensive strings in the bunch, they do have good bobbins on them. I mean, look at that, guys. Nice bobbins. Okay. Better than most I've seen. Oh, come on. Don't be a pill. Last one's all curly-cued in there. Right. Alright. Do not be... Oh, come on. Well, the only way else to get it out of there is to put a E string down in it and push that bobbin out, if I can get it down in there and do this right. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the E string, I just cut, push it down the hole, and hopefully it'll catch that bobbin and shove it out. Which it didn't. Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Look at there. Looky there, guys. Okay, so it's almost out. It's out. Yay! Okay, at least all the strings are out now. The back's open. We're looking at that. We'll change those springs up a little bit later. Test the tension on those. It's not too bad. We're going to dispose of these properly so no one will step on them. Always do this with these used strings. Wrap them into a circle so that not one just little tiny E strings laying around, somebody just jams themselves with it. Because working my shotguns, a lot of guys will come over and just, you know, they wear, you know, they wear reading glasses like I do. They won't see one of those on the ground and step right on it. So it's a shop rule. If you're working over here, you wind up your old strings and put them into a circle so everybody can see them all together now. Alright, again. we're going to show you every single thing that we're doing. And these are on here very tight. And I've got just the thing, this came off pretty easy. I've got just the thing to get these off without tearing the guitar. I'll show you that right now. Normally I just do it because it's boring, but I keep getting show us everything that you do. Of course, I can always go back and edit this out, you know, not do this on any other guitars. And somebody comes to say, well, you're showing too much now. If that's the general appeal or general consensus, yeah, well, I'll cut this stuff out next time. Right when the next guitar comes up. Little pop, off it comes. Nice little tool, get it at auto repair shops. Right? It's meant to remove upholstering snaps to hold your door together with the frame, the plastic part. Ta! So easy, no fuss, no muss, no scarring. And I'll use these along with a nice padded little towel on any guitar I work with. Get them off. Now, some of the older ones that people have glued on, they will break. There's nothing you can do about that. But let's get down to it. Let's get a little rounded jobby here. And just get this off with one little turn. Yep. You don't really need a wrench for this. You just need to turn it once and they come right off. Okay, and what we're doing again, we're opening this up to see what's inside of it. Get that on the comeback. See what's inside of it so we can make any recommendations to make it better. And he did say he had something with a three-way going on. I couldn't repeat it when he had it over here. He said there's something wrong with the three-way, so we'll check that out too. Alrighty, next. Guys, there's a lot of unscrewing to be done here. I'll probably just cut some of this out so you don't have to go through it all again. Alright, but I will keep my big hands out of the way so you can see it being done up to a point. Then bore you to death. And economically, these are the same screws used on the back plate. Same size, same diameter, same length. Alright, my left hand again. Here we go. Okie dokie. I'll check to make sure I got all those out, except for the three-way and the pickup. And of course it's underneath. The neck. So rather than force that, we're going to have to remove the neck. Sometimes the pick guard is under the neck and it's hard to get it out unless you take the pickups off. Sometimes it's not. It just comes right up. This time we weren't so lucky. So we're going to take the neck off, which I was going to do anyway to verify, you know, its pocket position. Anything going on there.
I already measured the action on it. The action was 864s on the low and 6 on the high. So that needs to be adjusted down. And this neck is absolutely just flat as a critter, so it's going to take a little more adjustment to it than there's one thing. So let's get these off here. Get these first two loose. Like that. Like that. I'm sure no issues here. The neck is to fall off. Body okay. And these are very snug, but not overly done. They just need to just wrap down and stay tight like with a power drill. Which is kind of smart to do. You want to just tighten them up tight and then back it off before you turn. I've been told it helps sustain on these guitars. I'm not really sure that's true or not, but I'm told that. And it's worth a shot because it's only a quarter turn off. And just a little bit less than over tight or dead tight. Let's see if that happens with yours. If you get some more sustain out of it. Okay, there we go.
So, Off comes the plate. Nice one. Alright. Oops, sorry fingers. Nice squatter. Indonesian. Just walk that neck off. Make sure it's not been glued. No, it's not been glued. Okay. So let's walk that neck off there like this. Boing. And you see some tape. And you see almost a date on it. See it or not. It's kind of like probably wore off on the other side of the body when they put it in there. It's still wet. There's a couple of numbers there. Pretty useless. But that is kind of like a little shim they put in there. But thick enough, and it is solid. That's kind of unique. If you look at this, guys, this looks to be a multi-piece neck. Look at this. See this? That's not paint, that's actually a piece of wood. It's like rosewood. So they did actually put a piece of rosewood so far in this thing. I don't know how far it went, it's all the way down it, but that's rosewood there, and that's rosewood there. Wow. These are a lot nicer than the ones made in China. Of course, this one's got some, little finger marks and dirty marks on it, but the, neck's like brand new, guys. I mean, what do you need to do that? Just keep it clean, Okay, so let's set the neck aside for just a bit. Make sure it's out of the way. Right there would be a good spot for it. Out of harm's way. Let's look inside here. See what we got going on. Got enough room to twist it. Turn it. Well, we do, but not towards the camera. So, let's open it up. Look at all the junk inside this thing. Look at that mess. Yeah. All that white crud just tears electronics up, especially older ones. And it's a shame that they didn't get in there sooner. Oh, look at that stuff. It's just crystallized in there. I have to get that out of there, guys. Anyway, there's just tons of it in here and on the electronics, darn it. So I've got to take a blower to get that crap off there. Sorry, crud. Sorry for the language, guys. But I got to get that crud off there and also blow off those electronics. It's got all over those too, which is not good. Now, obviously it's got those little, 250. Wait a minute. I can't tell. I have to get a magnifying glass in there. It's covered up too much. But look at the wire. Look at the solder job they did. Much more solder than they do in China to hold these parts in place, which is a good idea. You really need to do that, especially on these guitars that get modified like these do, right? Anyhow, let's get everything off here before we lose it. That little washer. The pickups, I don't recognize them. They're not labeled. So this probably some standard ones came out of Indonesia. But as you can see, they're wound really adjusted really tight on here. Which I don't ever recommend that, guys. All right. But that's just the way it is. Because you want to have a little bit of play on these, which you don't. They're just dead solid rock hard. Anyway, they're still working, and I'm not going to show you me blowing this thing off and cleaning this thing up. That'd be a real bore. So hang in there, guys, while I clean this thing up. Well, we got them back together again. The only thing that concerns me about working with these guitars this old is that there could be a weak wire in there. Could be a weak solder spot. After 20 years, things do change a lot. And these pole pieces on these are way high. Kind of concerns me too. You got some high and lows. Some of them are cocked in there as well, but they're working. So no concern yet, right? And we'll finish putting this together and get it all working and string her up and intonate it and set it up and let you see what it looks like. So piece by piece we'll get this thing done. Well, I got to the trim, I couldn't stop. The camera ran out of battery, so I kept going. what you may have seen while I was doing other video on the same guitar was that the trim, this was all the way up, and the back part of it was sticking in deep into the body. All right, so I put it back in its right position so that the back flat plate is actually above the body by a 32nd or so, where it's supposed to be. Because actually the travel on these is not supposed to be that much. You shouldn't travel a whole heck of a lot. And as it was, it's all over the place. And that was a mistake. I don't know who did that. Maybe when they installed the trim, it didn't finish screwing it down. Something else that went on. When I got back there, I kept looking and looking, thinking, what's wrong with this picture? Okay? The one I finally focused on was that these screws were all the way deep inside the body, right? Well, that's a mistake. They should be at least, I think the spec's 3/4 of an inch out, which I measured that to be now, oops, yeah, three quarters of an inch away from the body. This plate should be, okay? So that's 3/4 of an inch out where it's supposed to be back at. These springs are not that tight in there as they were before, but they're in the right position, but it should be for a 2-spring approach. This one seems to be much older than this one. Like it may have been replaced, I'm not really sure. But clean this cavity out as well. Here again is the ground cord to the bridge, right? Which I keep saying they did, did it right. No problemos there, guys. You can see a little better this time. Whoa. Wow, that thing's stiff. As much solder as they used on this. Okay, look at that. That's right. The way to do this, because this chance of this moving around is great. You don't want this to come loose with a little tiny drop of solder. So that was done correctly. Righty, right? Well, the next thing to do, since I've already adjusted the neck in its pocket, okay, just went right back where it should be, and took a real close look at that. These are measurements. It's right where it should be. There's no problem with it. And the next thing to do, since I adjusted the trim all the way up, finish that up, is to do an adjustment on the wow, why won't this move? The adjustment on the saddles. Now them sticking up's not a big deal, but before they were sticking way up. I'm sorry guys. They're almost sticking straight up the way I had it set up. Which they don't need to be to clear this these pickups, but main thing is they need to go up a little bit to make sure that we got some clearance. But I think the reason why they did this, raise this this bridge up, let it come up way up and put those screws so deep into it, was that they didn't have any relief whatsoever on its neck. There was none. It was just straight as an arrow, which it still is right now, and which I will adjust. And something else came to light while I was working with it. I noticed that the B strings nut slot seems to be choked. See that or not? I cleaned that out a little bit. I didn't deepen it. I didn't remove anything. I just got some old junk in there. It's like it's an old piece of cotton or some credola out of that, as well as some graphite. Looks like they try to put in there. And I'd really recommend, guys, not to use graphite. Yeah, I know people say, "Oh, you're full of it, Dave," but you get you some high-grade lube oil for a really cheap amount of money. Here's what it looks like. And a little syringe applicator, right? It's called Super Lube. And just put one single drop, which you can do, a tiny minuscule drop on each string at the nut. Any excess, just take a little blotter and blot it up. But putting talcum powder and ground up plastic or putting graphite in there, that stuff gets everywhere after a while, and it just looks bad anyway. So I think this is the best way to go. Now, something else that's come up since we've been working on this is that these center poles on these pickups are extremely high, weirdly high. And I don't know why that would be that way. there you see them. All three of them. And one of them is actually cocked to the side pretty badly. So I don't know what the thinking was behind all that. See that? All of them, all three pickups. And a couple of them are actually below level, which that's not good. You know, on the B strings, it's like it's not playing at all. But anyway, their pickups are what they are. You know, they're inexpensive from China or Indonesia. And they do work, don't get me wrong. And like I said, with what he's got in this guitar, it works well together. So it's a nice, nice little guitar. Now, I take it on a gig or a show? No, I wouldn't. You know, I'd beat this thing up, put some, you know, very reliable pickups in it. I put new electronics in it. And I'd be really carefully checking those tuners, you know, make sure there's no problems there. So now the thing to do is get to it, get it strung up, and take the next few steps as I show you how to set it up and finish the setup. Hang in there. Well, this is my guitar. I do a little mixing and matching right now. Normally on a Strat, what I do, I'll put the 10 gauge string on the E and the 13. Then I'll go the rest of it with the 9s for bending purposes. Because, you know, you don't do a ton of bending with those anyway, but you get a lot more, you know, low end when you mix them that way. And there's sets that come that way, but some people don't prefer to do that. They want to keep them straight, you know. And a few other things I got to do with this guitar. I got a couple of, when I was working with the neck, I've come across a couple of rough edges on this thing, on the frets on the high side. Sorry, on the low side of the neck over here. A couple of sharp ones. And you gotta file those down, round them up. But on this side, they all seem to be fine, you know. They're all rounded, nothing sharp. Right in there, though, I can feel them. It's like, whoopsie. So I'll get down to that and get those filed away. And that just takes a couple of quick, you know, maneuvers with the files. Not worth showing you. But in the meantime, I'm going to show you how I string these up. Okay, so hang in there. If I can do this on camera. Alright, I got a brand new set of 9s. Right out of the box. Make sure they're not counterfeits. These came from Guitar Center, so I kind of doubt they're counterfeits. Anyway, get these out of the package. One thing I hate doing is open these packages. I know always end up getting stuck by an E string, like right there. So I don't want to bend them up any. Okie doke, so I got them out of the package, guys. I show you everything. I'm showing you everything. Set those two aside, set those two aside. Whip these things out right here. Get them out of that coil. Boing, boing, boing. Get out of the coil. Grab that little gold one. Set the red one aside. Just for the meantime of it. It's out of my way. Right? Make sure everything else is out of the way on the bench. Something falls over, gets knocked over, especially with my camera. Then I'll flip her around here. Hold the end of the string. We're going to put it through that spot right there. Can you see that? That's top spot right there. Goes right through. What we want to make sure to do is get this thing seated properly inside that hole in that that bar. Alright? Make sure it's nice and tight in there. Bring it on over. Set it down again. And bring this up to the neck. Now I'll have to change the camera angle to see this. So hang in there, guys. Show them everything. What I like to do is to make sure I got that tie at the back side, right? I like to straighten these out. And then bring it through. Now, used to what I do, I'd wrap it around it and pull it tight, you know, like for a stage tuning. You can see this is a 10 and it's got about 50%, you know, sorry, these are 9s, and it's got about a little 50% sticking out, 25%. Anyway, what I do is I want to get a decent winding, so I want to drop tune. So I'll take it about 1.5 times up here, bring it back, alright? Do a fold over, wrap it, and then it gets this little handy dandy. If I can turn it on with one hand. Oops. Sorry guys. Start tightening her up. Just like that. And I'll get about 2.5 wraps out of this. Like that. I'll get about 2.5 wraps out of this and we're ready. Of course, it's right on the neck, which is going to be adjusted. But there you are. There you have it. That's about the same thing I do on every one of them. Okay? Like I said, it'll need adjustment because it's sitting flat right now on the neck. And we'll need to give the neck some adjustment. And give it some you know, room to vibrate in. Get that down to 4 or 5/64. And do the same for the other side. Now, I really doubt you want to see me string these all up, but I'll string one more up. I'll tell you what, I'll string them all up. What the hell? I'll string them all up, and I'll cut what I think needs to be cut later on. Continue on with the string. Well, no, let's do that first. Let's get those tightened up. Just grab a nice soft wrench with a soft bottom to it, like a needle nose bent like this. Get in there and get a nice little snugness. Same with this one. Just need a little snugging up, not much. That one need a lot more than snugging. So this one. So those are kind of on the loose side, guys. I'm sorry you're looking at my hand. Sorry you're looking at my hand, but what we did, we went through and tightened those all up. Doggone it. Like I said, it's hard to be your own cameraman. Anyway, 1.5 times, right? To get it right. Okay, so this next one, and half up there, okay? That's about half, right? I'm gonna pull it tight. Bring it back. Twist this over like that to hold it. Grab that little jewel tool. Keep it down below the other string. And very quickly, you got it. That's tight enough just to, you know, set it up and start working with it. Okie dokie. Now the next one is going to go underneath that little tree there. That's a little bit more tricky. Tricky. Yeah, right, tricky. Anyway, it's fun to set one of these up for a change. I got another one coming up, pretty much like this, different bridge, but same type of fun, something different other than you know, roller or a tune-o-matic. Something a little different to go with the flow. Add some spice to the lice. Right? Some bam to the wham. The big ham. Dave the big ham. I always have trouble threading these things. I gotta look down that bar and see that hole. And you know what they say, if they had hair on it, I could find it. But it's a little dark today. I'm really having some problems. What's going on here? Aha! Got it. Stuff for drive you crazy. Pull it tight. Get it in that pocket. Actually, the hole's not a pocket. Put this back where it belongs. That's nice and tight. This one's going under the tree. Under the tree. Over the bridge. Through the hole. Who no one knows. Okay, I got that like that. This way I know I'm pretty much the same on each one. Now, as these get thinner, it's, you know, you don't take it as far. You take it like one length, one fret width length. Sorry, fret width. Tuner shaft, tuner peg. Jeez, Dave. You take it, when these get thinner, you take these just one tuner peg over or length so you can get enough on it. Because you don't need as much because they're not as thick. And they wrap around a lot more. It's always fun working with these because they're so rickety. These little do-wah-ditties here. Bring it back, pull it over, wrap it around, grab the little toy, and start spinning. Making sure to keep that underneath that tree. And that's tight enough for now. Alright. So I gotta do with what I gotta do with. Alright, go under the tree, through the hole, up his nose, and then it grows. You know those things they used to have are tying knots. You know, little fox goes in the hole, little rabbit runs up his butt. The hunter comes out, blows them all to hell, and has stew. Rabbit stew, yummy. Hassenpfeffer. Yum, yummy. Okay, now we got the cantankerous, infamous G-string. Everybody hates this thing because it goes out of tune so often. It's basically just the way it is, guys. That's life. So they say. Up your nose one day. And yep, it's going to be a pain in the buttski. You gotta hold it tight, get it to bend. And once it starts, and once you get the first loop, you got it made. Yay! And I guarantee you, that's a lot easier than using your bare hands or one of those little twizzle dizzles. See this? So I was using before because I couldn't find a damn chuck to fit my drill. Well, it just so happens that I never found it. And the one to replace it was like, I don't know how much it was. It's cheaper to buy this than it was to get the other one. So, here we be. Down to the last two. Hee hee hee. You can tell I'm getting tired, guys. I'm getting really tired. It's been a long day for poor old Dave. Poor old Dave's not gonna get no dinner. Not gonna get no food, no rest. No one loves him. He's so underfed and underloved. Anybody watch that movie Missouri Breaks? You know, that old one with Jack Nicholson and Marlon Brando? That is one freak show movie about a cattle rustler, right? And Brando is a hired bounty hunter that's gay. It's like, okie dokie, that's kind of different. You know, whether he's playing that part just to be gay or just for the hell because he hates the part, you just don't know. Because he used to do those older, used to do the newer movies, putting it back on the stand for y'all's delight. Show me everything. Whoever said that, I hope you're paying for it. Whoever said it, anybody knows who said it, beat the crap out of them when you see them. So here we go. Looks like Sugar Britches is just getting home, thank God. So at least there'll be somebody here with me. I'm so alone. And we'll get right back to this. Alright. We're just about finished with stringing this puppy up. As I've said before, the stringer right on the fretboard. So this is going to take some adjustment. Now this one, of course, you pull it tight, alright? Make sure it's in the pocket, under the tree. And this time you only take it to the next post. You take it around and you wrap it. Okay. So now, make sure it stays down. and it's tight. And went 1/2 times around, 1.5 times, so that's plenty. Okay, the last one, all right. My string's going every which way. Look like, what you call it? Look like pews, long pews with a lot of static discharge going on. Now, if I can just find the hole, where is it? Where's the hole? But like I said before, show them everything. And I'm sure by now you're going, show us nothing, get off, shut this thing down. Okay, under the tree, through the hole in my head. Told you it's getting late. Oh, come on, hands. Just one left. Please go in that hole. Aha! Yay! Eureka! As you can see, we're flipped on the backside now. Oh boy. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to close down for the day. It's been a long, long day working on guitars, getting some parts in, as well as I've been taking my sweet time filming this thing since I'm shooting it all of it. But, to be on the safe side, I'll put the back on. Right. Make sure I don't capture that. Okay. Put the plate back on. Put it back on the stand, bring it inside the house, get it out of my workshop, and let it chill out a little bit, the string to adjust. And tomorrow in the morning, start it fresh. Alrighty, here's the little red Indonesian that's never been played in 20 years. I've got this thing adjusted up just perfectly. Look at that. Nice curvature to the strings over the compound fretboard. Okie dokie. And it's all tuned up and pretty much ready to go. There's some adjustments being made to the tremolo, depending on what he wants done. Of course, he never played before, so I think what I'm going to do is set this up mainly just to play with the strings themselves and just forget that tremolo for now. I want those to be as smooth and easy to play as possible, the lowest action possible, which is where it is right now. And the only thing left to do is just to adjust the intonation on it, really. That's about all it's living with. The strings stretch because they're brand new and they will stretch, okay, especially with the trim on the end. Okay, so here you have it. Let's just test it. Yep. Alright. That's bound to be the bridge. It's going to go in and out of tune quite often because I put brand new 9s on it to facilitate this guitar's abilities and what it was set up to originally. And let's just play it for a second and get an idea of what it sounds like with the new strings and the setup on it and how it plays, because it's really got a nice low, super fast little action to it, which I really dig. So hang in there, guys. Okie doke, we're going to start playing this thing on the front setting. Oh, it's beautiful. Second. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Not bad, guys. This is a very nice playing little guitar now. And like I said, the action on it is super fast. Very little pressure to play this guitar. And everything on it works now properly. Now, I'll leave the tremolo alone. The whammy bar, just leave it off this guitar because it's just going to set it out of tune again. But the strings are still stretching, and I'll call him up, tell him his guitar's ready. Yay! Any questions, David, Texas, give me a holler.
What was on it? It was on 10s, right?
No, I had 9s on it.
It did have. Okay, because I bought a set of 9s and I never put them on.
The main thing is that trim load you've got is a piece of junk.
Yeah.
Okay, they all are, right? Those guitars go for like 99 bucks on eBay,
right.
You know, those kind.
Yeah.
But it can be a really good teaching playing type of unit.
Well, that's what it's going to be for me.
Just lock that trim load down like it is now. Just leave it alone, okay? And just tune your guitar. Here, put that in your bag.
Put it in my pocket right now, but I got my bag in the car.
Are you sure? Is that not your bag, or is that somebody else?
No, no. I took my bag. I left your. I left only what you needed.
Okay. Anyway, it plays really nice. I've got it set up on very low, very fast action. Okay. Yeah, go all the way through the pickups. And I started looking at that thinking, you know, he doesn't need to spend any more money on this guitar.
No, I need to learn. Come back one day and start replacing parts. When I learn how to play something.
I wouldn't suit that one up. I'd keep it just like it is. Okay?
Yeah.
Start looking for a better one.
Okay.
Okay, like an Epiphone, like a $400 or $500 Epiphone.
Right.
Or even a $400 or $500, $600 Strat if you like Strats. You know what I'm saying? But a much upgraded one, because that's as low as they get. And the problem's always been those trim loads. They put them on there for the kids because they think it's cool.
Yeah.
But the minute you touch the damn thing, the guitar goes right out of tune. Okay? This is the way they're made. You know? So no one likes them. So if you look at all these for sale, not one has a trim load with it. The arms are always missing.
Yeah, well, yeah, this is what it's going to be. It's going to be a learner for me.
Yeah.
It's going to be a learner.
Perfect for you to learn by.
Yeah. So, great.
Flipping all the way down, you hear its treble. Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
I really don't understand the switch.
Okay, the switch, let me show you something.
I know how it moves between the different pickups, but...
Okay, I'll show you. This is the first one, right?
Yeah.
Last two and the very last one. The closer you get to the bridge,
yeah,
the twangier it gets.
Brighter and
Up here,
a little more mellow.
And in the middle, a mix between the two.
Yeah.
Most people play a Strat like this. They play that twangy sound. It's a Strat. Well, you can play any way you want to play it.
Of course.
The main thing is keeping it tuned.
Yeah.
Those strings I put on yesterday, I put on a set of 10s. I didn't like the way they looked or played, so I took them threw away and put a set of 9s on there instead.
Oh, you did put a set of 9s on. Okay, great.
Yeah, but I didn't like the way the 10s were, and you're new to this. You need something thin you can bend or work with. And
yeah. Well, that's why I went and bought 9s. I thought that might be a better thing.
Anyway, if you press on them, you'll notice how easy it is to fret them.
Yeah.
See how low the strings are?
Yeah.
But no fret buzz, okay?
Well, that's what I kind of played around with things. I kind of played with this to try to, get a height that looked right for me.
Yeah.
And I was getting a lot of buzz out of it, so I knew I had to kind of come up a little bit, and then I realized I needed to take somebody to have it set up.
Yeah. The main thing is that you want those saddles, right? Those 6 little silver things there.
Yeah.
Right. The strings go into.
Yeah.
You want those to be flat like this. Okay. But have a little curvature like this to it. See, like that kind of.
Yeah. So it matches the radius of the.
Which is it's a 14, which I did on that one. I changed it to a 12. I mean, it's a 12 radius strings, right? My radius gauge. Okay. So I set it up on a 12, so it's easier to play it, and the action of the strings can stay lower. Okay. So you got 4/64 and 3/64. No, 5/64 and 4/64 to do E strings. which is perfect for a beginner. You know, you don't need anything faster than that. That's fast as enough. That's more than fast enough.
Until I get really fast.
Yes, the faster you get, the easier it is to play. And that's about as low as you can go with one of those. You have to remember that tremolo's a problem.
Yeah.
Now, if it were me,
I won't mess with it then.
and if I had an extra bridge laying around, if I were you, I'd put a different bridge on it. That metal thing. Yeah, I put a different one on.
Well, I don't
get rid of that.
One, so. And I'm surprised at how much it ended up. You raised it up here because it was pretty flat.
No, it's inside the guitar. It's all the way inside of it.
Yeah. Oh, it was even lower than that.
Yeah, it wasn't even attached.
You had it pulled quite a. You have it pulled quite a bit more than it was.
Well, it wasn't attached.
Was it?
See those two black set screws?
Yeah.
Those weren't even down. It was sticking up like this. Look, it cocked inside the guitar. Why? I don't know.
How was everything inside the back?
Well, I adjusted it the way it's supposed to be. You had the set screws all the way into the wood like that.
Uh-huh.
It's supposed to be like a 3/4 inch out.
Yeah.
Away from the edge of the wood.
Well, I opened this up and I looked at it. And it didn't look.
It didn't look.
No, I didn't touch it. It didn't look very good to me.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
I put them back where they belong, 3/4 inch out from the wood. I put the springs where they're supposed to be, okay, and I adjusted the trim set so it won't move as much as you want. You know, you don't want to use it anyway to begin with. You just want it basically to stay in tune and play. Okay? Because I doubt you're going to be using a whammy bar, just meow.
Does sound nice.
And so far, the only people that made a whammy bar that works, that doesn't go out of tune, a company called Trem that used to be in Waxahachie.
Yeah.
And I know the guy Rusty that owns the company. And if you look at my videos, you'll see a Trem.
I think I've seen you talk about it. I know the name. I recognize the name.
It's the only one that they make that won't cause your guitar to go out of tune. But yeah, they would cut the entire back up, and that guitar's all be rerouted, everything. It won't fit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can just all you want.
What are they designed for? Are they designed for particular models?
No, they have to be cut, you know, specifically. Whatever you put them on, right? You also have, if you have a solid body guitar, you can put one on there. They make one for it, right? Like a Les Paul, you can put one on there. But you're going to be, you know, you're going to be screwing holes in the body, which people don't want to do with Les Pauls. But on a Fender, yeah, it's already cut. So just widen the cut like this. Instead of being this deep, it's like this. It's a little deeper. It's a different shape. But the thing is, the design is really unique in the fact that it really won't cause the strings to go out of shape, out of tune. It doesn't. You can wham me all you want. It stays in tune. It's like, that's amazing. But the guy designed it, it's like, wow, good thinking. But it works differently than any other whammy bar, so people that, you know, play them, like Frank Zappa, or what's his name?
Dweezil?
Dweezil Zappa, he's got 5 of them. He just had 2 of them put on his guitars by Rusty, you know. So he had 2 more put on his guitars just recently. I talked to Rusty yesterday.
Yeah.
And Dweezil had his put on his guitars, 2 more of them. He already had 3.
I meant to tell you, there's a really interesting video on YouTube where they shipped one of his SGs, and American Airlines.
They broke it.
Broke it, and then they sent it to. I must have been. I think it was
Stuart McDonald.
Are they the ones that fixed it? And then the nice video about how they put it together. I thought you'd probably enjoy it.
Yeah, they rebuilt the neck completely.
Yeah.
That when it gets to a point, you know, a broken head, if it's just shattered, not a lot you can do, because, you know, if it shatters, it splinters so much.
Yeah.
You know, you can't add splittered wood back to it.
I wondered why they didn't just put a new neck. They could have done that, right? Put a new neck.
I think they cut a whole brand new one for him to fit the old one.
They attached it. He attached it. Put some, you know, some pieces. Spliced some wood in there. I mean, it really is quite an interesting.
Okay, then I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah, it was just recent. It was just a recent thing. I saw it while I was away this weekend.